This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
Chelsea are gradually picking up the pieces. We were just unlucky against West Ham United, considering the penalty missed by Enzo and the chances missed by Chilwell. Though it wasn't the best game for Caicedo, but a win is good for his confidence and adaptation. All right. But Chelsea still need a prolific striker because Jackson likes to play the ball too much, and his presence in the box doesn't cause any threat to the opponent. Justice, my kind also own message, you know. Naba could be a hard and compassion. Me kind children say never wani because Chelsea a winning. And he say they are when I can some. Me who be some message, you know. On some from rather than came you. But how need to say it.
You know. Oh, then you're
yeah.
Clearly, Jetty and Nadia. There are words to describe them. One with description on the I'm gonna describe Caicedo as imperious. Raheem telling us reborn.
Yes.
Other newspaper and so Caicedo, the king is back.
Yeah.
Or refer to Moise Caicedo.
Yeah.
In Tinyami and you know the performance Raheem's telling.
Raheem Diano and Amejatum CCA. Reborn.
3 games.
3
games in the overall. 3 games in the
overall. You do baby be a chair Juma Pao.
Oh, you know, say no there bomb any across
Todd Bolly also Nebufu Raheem.
Yes.
So scabby Triamon, no word man.
Yes, and the reality is that among the Chelsea players, so we Thiago Silva Freeman, he's supposed to be the leader of Park and so. He's supposed to take responsibility. Because you know, on actual time and again, on the previous club said, or a player when the going gets tough, you can rely on him. And you many number, but you know, it was a 5-star performance from Chelsea yesterday.
5-star performance?
Yes. You know, one I heard I got the last time.
What do you compare matches no more any West Ham near you boy now? You know what can say 5-star performance?
No.
Is it because of really?
No, Chelsea have been impressive in the last 3 games.
But ball number 20 in
I don't know. And goals no quite fast so by. The first goal near 7 passes. The Jackson goal was 5 passes. The other one I think was 6 passes.
Okay.
Into clearly, and who said from the technical side there's improvement. From the tactical side there are variations. From the individual quality there's improvement. Into Shasanema we me and Sawi, Chelsea in Luton Town a boy, and yet in Bia. They were pummeled into a severe submission by Brighton. Our Farmer Stadium 4 normal J. Luton Town the possibility to come back to baby on free buy and also. But I'm saying that Chelsea played well against Liverpool. Almost a defender and a best goal in the man. Chelsea were against West Ham United. They dominated, but they struggled to score. But look at Chelsea yesterday. You know, look at Chelsea yesterday. Clearly, Robert Sanchez is okay. Shemalu gets to the right back now, you know, boy. Okay. Look at him. Nafa, no, Bono. You are talking about a Luton Town team that set up 3-5-2 and in variation 5-3-2 and I know mobile. Into Omobo, Abranti FN Kabori as a right wing back. And Omobo, Abranti FN Ryan Gills as a left wing back. And Omobo James Barkey, Omobo Abranti FN Ram Bells, and Omobo Thomas Lukia, 3 back. And Omobo midfield of Marvelous Nakamba, Abranti FN Tahi Chom, and experienced Rose Barkley. And Omobo Adebayo, and Morrison Elto. It was a team set up to defend. It was a team set up to close the spaces. And so we have Chelsea team now, you know. Now be any say the coach would prefer Conor Gallagher as number 10 over Enzo as number 8. By nation rule no diama Enzo no. Caicedo as number 6. Conor Gallagher as number 8. Enzo as number 10. And Enzo is one of the midfielders. He's just like Bruno Gomes. He's just like Mark Leicester. The 3 rows in central positions in Obetini Abo. Into Timibo 6. In his first time at Chelsea, he was playing as number 6. He was put to number 8 in the game against Liverpool. and he played as number 10 in the game against Luton Town. And you know, but the reality is that so when you're Chelsea supporter, clearly there is improvement over all the department. The only problem is that Liverpool gusu sheki. As they says gusu sheki, Thiago Silva is extraordinary. Conor Gallagher are picking up from the last 2 games. Mos Casido, you know, when she midfield be. But the fact of the matter is that out of the 60 passes, our boy will say 2 pay. 58 passes completed.
Yeah.
Apart from ball no slepo you know. And no say 2 passes per.
Mama different is
Asa.
So koye goal.
Yes, and in Kabete said the comeback say a nightmare for him, just like what transpired in the game against West Ham.
Yeah.
And out of the 60 passes, 58 completed. One a world-class midfield. But only marvelous Nakamba, only Rose Barkley, and you are talking about Tahith Chong. In general, Chelsea played well, and the kind of goal that they scored. Look at Raheem Sterling. Super against Liverpool, brilliant against West Ham United, and outstanding against a team of friend Luton Town. Go now, say no, and then can't move there. Where he picked the ball, took on Ryan Bells, or the Amari, and so Ebeka, and look at where he planted the ball. And you know, look at that Enzo pass to Raheem Sterling or crossover ball, no man, Nicola just a bubble ball the two. Me say me Mauricio Pochettino advice the make a change say he needs a number 9. He need to switch to 4 back. Now on bench Liverpool stick to Azor the Thiago Silva because our left side on a horn yes. Bench will ball no do any muna on horn yes. So imagine push Jackson to that particular area. Play number 9. Let Raheem Sterling be on the right. Integrate Romeo Lavia small.
Non-bench Chiwa?
No. Chiwa number 3, James number 2.
Okay.
Azel the Thiago Silva. Now about Conor Gallagher, Enzo, Casedo for now. Raheem Sterling on the right, Jackson on the left. Bring a number 9.
Okay.
That is the main point.
Right.
That will be the only advice I'm being. But you know, Nkukuba. Then obviously Jackson is supposed to be on the bench.
Jackson on the bench?
Only player amato. He's a super player. Okay. I'm hoping he get back to full fitness and you see the kind of quality that we're talking about.
Okay.
And Jackson a ball and I was happy for him to crown the performance with a goal. But the only problem is that you know on mobile and I don't have a ball. About is the Obama as the about 10.
Yeah.
Or Japan that down and your ball you cried papa. But he's supposed to be a fox inside the box. We need to see a physical presence now. See a quality inside the area. But the performance now, the man run near me there. So Timmy crown the performance with the goal. How I wish you been Enzo pass on the bar Raheem Sterling for the 3rd goal. Yeah. It was lovely. And Enzo as number 10, he only needs space. Now you're confident to hold the ball. You know, Chelsea is good to go. And for me, they really played well yesterday. It was a team performance. And the goals that were scored were tactically planned and well rehearsed. And then you Bobby Nakuto. Pa, straight away, na body them.
Oh, we back as a Luton Town, and I did this baby.
Oh, say Medicaka say. Medicaka. But Chelsea dominated against Liverpool.
Okay.
Chelsea dominated against West Ham United. But the missing piece were the goals. And you know, the goals number. We are not talking about the dominant Chelsea. We are not talking about the Chelsea that took control. But we are talking about the kind of goal that were scored. And look at the first goal, look at the second goal, look at the 3rd goal.
Okay.
Until your coach, at least, there's a certain way of improvement within certain departments and certain areas. And you know, Conor Gallagher about Chelsea now had 3 games. There's improvement.
But I say coach now, especially Raheem Sterling.
You know your coach, a coach. And player who say also no city up. Because you see, it's a one Chelsea position and one you don't have a bench pie and Midfield never wins. Midfield, Casedo is a sure bet because of the money. Conor Gallagher will be competing with Romeo Lavia when he starts playing. Enzo is a sure bet. And Leslie Ogochukwu, but I don't think he'll get more time to play. In Team Finfin, one will be a coaching. So, who call Winston so on? No, the Maduke, and one not a bench when you become a mamma. Raheem Sterling is there. Modric is nowhere to be found. Jackson is still available. And then Nkuku will be back. That is where the players need to work. And Raheem Sterling for me, you know, it was a Raheem Sterling that I knew at Manchester City.
Chelsea's £105 million man, Moise Caicedo, struggled on his debut, but shown against Luton, Theo, also he disrupts and distracts and will only get better. Hey.
Yes, he distracts.
Did we see that yesterday?
Yes, disrupting play. They say opponent and attacking threat no more. They ban no say no. And clearly, omo build the game in the bedroom fifia. It is marvelous Nakamba, Tahi Chom, or the experienced Robakri. And you know a game now share how many attacking threats now who yeah, sitting my friend Luton Town yeah, or the fan outside of the pitch. Inti say omo kase. Abranti and Sano, yeah, clearly it really transpired on the field of play.
All right. Andy dislikes Van Dijk, and that's very clear. He just said Thiago Silva was extraordinary yesterday. No way. He was just okay. Always looking at the flaws of Van Dijk. Give him some respect. Kojo Achilles. I have Kenya as number 2, and never Van Dijk as well. And I'd be out there on power branch.
Thiago
Silva so extraordinary.
At the age that Thiago Silva the ball, not still in Bocha and Ukraine. What word should I use to describe him?
Okay.
At 8:39. At 8, yes.
Okay.
You know, Shebona Obon. He's a defender. Shebona Obon. And look at his composure. Look at his confidence. Look at his ability to control the other players around him. And look at how the young guys are trying to learn from him. He's up there.
Okay. Yeah, quite him biom. Yeah, sure. After ending Chelsea game, no, we hope so. But it was Luton Town there, but hey, so.
But I know you were happy.
Yes, very happy.
Chelsea supported me. I was happy, especially Raheem Sterling, because we bring him as well.
For Cheshire. Chelsea.
You draw on you.
Aye, 41. Money wu. 41. Money wu.
I give you the way that I give you the idea. Oh, but you know.
All right.
Well, I hope this victory will bring the confidence back and
going
for Chelsea will continue. The games ahead, but let's see. Pochettino are there. You know, I mean, we were proving me wrong in certain areas. The kind of passing range at Chelsea, but well, the opposition decides. But the reality is that there's improvement in certain departments.
General, good morning, boss. Watching you live. Okay, keep up the good work. Come for meet. Honorable Aaron Prince Dua Ejoso. Honorable so here. Me tell catch a bruta. Me tell pa basa. Family you go me ho. We got creative problems, baby. At the amount. Hello, Kwaku, but good morning. Andy keeps saying Enzo's pass to Raheem Sterling. It's rather Malo Gusto who assisted in both goals. As I say.
Hello, one team.
Hello, Kwaku.
Jackson go no my video in the she pass na Enzo de ma Raheem Sterling. Sterling ball, Emma Jackson share. Look at that pass. And only pass now make for the third goal. Inti enye pass Enzo de mae onti ni meka Enzo pass or de ma Sterling and sana obo cross na Jackson akashim eno ne pass meka ho asem.
Okay,
hello Kwaku oti ati ni.
Okay, yentwaso
you know games be baso and obi anim said the Premier League now starting there you expect games in say because now in Manchester United they bought against Nottingham Forest, and United unfortunately for them moment injuries be they will be playing against Nottingham Forest. Almost so Oma win bako and Oma lose bako, and their kingpin Tony Awuni is just on form. He just on fire. The Nigerian born ability attack the diamond. Okay, Manchester United against Wolves, you know, and far more. Oh, Omuntano Munya Chelsea go in for my against Wolves and far ma eyetima. Your friend Man United, but escape route no make sure so benya one goal diako. Against Tottenham Hotspur, they couldn't survive. Their midfield were outpaced and they struggled throughout the game against a team your friend Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur, so actually midfield and United are struggling against them now. It's likely that Nottingham Forest and so are likely to parade players. Omunsunim crowd we are very quick in transition into Mangala and then Abranti and Danilo. And if the Chelsea new guy is supposed to play, Onusubetimi are coming for them. So clearly, Manchester United, you know, the kind of pressure also after that 2 games and then OTA games soon as I say United have spent this in the market, but nothing has changed. So people expect something from the United setup. I'm here one person I may believe say, in as much as I believe say everything has a very good coach, you know, I think say he has been treated with kid gloves. Obia and can say and your man koya. No they say individuals or park and so no more ejai a coach your friend everything and who asemka. This time it is against a Nottingham Forest. Then you expect that kind of physique from because so what's your team now? A team mixed with Africans, South Americans, and the Europeans. In Tisao team now, you are talking about the Henderson, a back three of Wooly Bolly, Warhol, and then McKinney. No one and Nathan Williams, watch a Sergio Laka, and a midfield of Danilo, and a Abrante Fene Mangala, and a Bebo, 4 midfield. And attack, you have Gibbs White, and a Abrante Fene Tony Awuni, and then Abrante Fene Ben Johnson. Omuni attack a Manchester United Bishia. Look so anyhow, so it's likely say Tare Malaysia will start from the left. Lisandro Martinez so yet say none who do no kakra. Wanya fit I likely say Abrante friend Victor Lindelof and a general Obepe Abrante friend Rafael Varane in central defense. Whether Diago Dalot or whoever will start from the right back no general. You expect United so beating IBB. And the midfield now, Abafem, will be a no. You expect the Casemiros, the Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen will come into the midfield, and you expect them to show up. And in attack, Anthony has been off, Jadon Sancho has been off, Martial has been off, the Rashford now and then Garnacho. And so the opportunity I coach in the Diamano in the first 2 games na Brantiano, and so Intimi and Mo. Into how United will set up the pace and how Boba against Nottingham Forest. They should be worried of the Nigerian born because the first 2 games in the general Watontana and against Arsenal, the moment of bar ball, you know, Obian performance Abrantiano, Edema team my friend Nottingham Forest. Anthony Alanga is still available. Probably he'll start from the bench and few minutes in the second half. United should watch out for the 2 attackers and then they should watch out for the midfield of Danilo and then Abrante friend around Mangala. But it is Old Trafford. The last 30 games, you know, the last 30 games have go in American. Oh, I'm saying go back a crabby. This is the past. We in American was it. Past we in American was it. And I was telling boys straight away, Jackson. This is the part that I was talking about. So I'm saying Enzo and a ball and a man telling any we in American was it. You can't answer. Final assistant. Okay. The pass before yes. The assistant. Yes, we're in America. Okay. Into general, that is it for Manchester United.
Dr. Bediakon, we will be Mami Enchiao, China Natural Herbal Hospital. Or ACP Kwabenya Road in Christ. And I know Eddie and Komwe behind Star Old. All right, Oshe Life. Pokuase ACP Kwabenya Road. Ya chia baby will be no one getting na mo church wano. And them dia koya isi mo baby time. You see no. China Natural Herbal Hospital. Mo bodjuma e wo memu.
Okay, in general, they should be worried of the attack of Nottingham Forest, but it's a game for Man United. Out of the 30 games, almost see a kind of Old Trafford, no, they are yet to take defeat. It may call for a slim win for Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. Arsenal they bought against Marco Silva's Fulham, and Fulham on some first 2 games, you know, almost a 1-0 against Everton, and almost bought against Brentford at the Clovian Cottage, and almost to team a friend of Brentford, and any man go ye or share 3 goals at Brentford, you go or Martinema. Marco Silva tries to obey changes kakra. On the team, the defense they were sticking to the old defense until Obotete Obo Abrante Tim Rohn, Obo Issa Diop, no Obo Ron Benson on the left. Until the back four, no, from last season to this season, was sticking to the same back four within the Fulham setup. The midfield no try so obey nsesan kakra. It no obi anim say João Paulina and then Abrante and Harrison Reid. But this time, we show the games in our bona. Or bench Abrante and Paulina no was sticking to Sasa Lukic, Harrison Reid, no Bob Wilson, and then our Abrante and Kodoba Reid. It is so what William Crana on Fanemo. No the Andres Pereira account. And in the absence of Alexander Mitrovic, Omuko waham to confirm medical ni Abrante FN Raul Jimenez. Inti Raul Jimenez nende us dina nim ho edima team aye friend eye Fulham. Inti omo team no say the last season omo si boy any say dey say hu no. It looks as if say rotational policy be abam within the setup, especially in their midfield. And a hona Marco Silva eye. So say the osisi san midfield against Brentford amwa because omo team and stop Juan Wisa and then Abrante FN Brian Boemo. Inti and far more in the pool. This time, is he going to stick to the old guys against Arsenal? William is likely to be back. João Paulina is likely to be back to pair with Harrison Reid in midfield. Stick to the 4-back. Allow Raul Jimenez to lead the line. No, and Andres Pereira, the whole behind the central midfield and the main striker, no, were Janaho. Arsenal also, you know, you some games on Abono, 6 points secured. They are not looking back. Almost a year, almost so year. And society within the back line to create certain level of competition within. And Thomas Tayepate, Airbo as a right back. Zinchenko is likely to be back in this particular game. Ben White and William Saliba securing their back four because the Ekeka coordinator so team Komokra Mikel Arteta Ekana Gabriel Henry and Mobetono because he still feels say also Moko market no Mokoton Kaka no mas had the back and I mean no about Bishim because they will need a player in the absence of Julian Timbers. In midfield secured. Kai Havertz, Odegaard, and then Abrante FN a Declan Rice. Nani mo na kwa koye Bukayo Saka, Nkatia and Abrante a friend a Martinelli. Supporters Arsenal supporters ni because express almost displeasure or social media. E wo Kai Havertz we say omo ni ma the coach that on the bomat. The coach says he's a big player, he's a very good player. And unti no kofa ne buy and obe cause we use no game him. And say Kai Havertz performance you know it has been expressed all over.
Yeah.
Nothing exceptional about his game. But coaches continue to love him. But Arteta says, "Onu ne nima de continue okofa no. First 2 games 6 points secured, and he feels that Abrante may be useful within the setup." The only problem for Arsenal is saying because Pate Ebo as an inverted fullback, so ball on the right side where Bukayo Saka can track back into other teams need use up. If William starts from the left, it implies Arsenal will be in trouble from that particular line because in one-on-one situation, even at the age of around your friend William Borgi da Silva, it is difficult to stop him from that particular line. And this is a Fulham team that press so high. Yet Arsenal against Crystal Palace, the level of pace, the intensity, and the pressing and Crystal Palace for them, it will be Arsenal for every few opportunities never their way, and Crystal Palace for them to me and take the opportunity of Munya and to me and Fabona and Tottenham. Arsenal made no mistake. Odegaard making sure say or the ball bet me at Tottenham. Don't leave the space for Odegaard and Declan Rice, and make sure you tighten your seatbelt from the wide zones. Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Tete and Abrante Ayefene Robinson. That is the only way to stop the Arsenal team. One team unstoppable, right wing, left wing, Odegaard, you will be in trouble. A close one, but you know again, I tip Arsenal to win this particular encounter. Manchester
Enzo isn't better than isn't a better player than Partey, but I haven't heard any of your panelists talk about Partey. What can Enzo do better than Partey? Sir Pinto. I don't know. What compare you know now?
Obian compare that. You know, last season Partey was performing all over, and they were comparing Partey to Casemiro. And then you think Casemiro had the Partey had the Casemiro. Indeed, they no person. And now person one day so they compare on me no on family compare. And now they no person you can.
So what matter who ka krebi. What my who the best. Un kan who we there. But o person can be for Partey who be our Arsenal fan. Is it true? But who compare on my minute what will you say?
Why would I say?
Yeah. What would you say about
two different players? But you know, two different players. Partey, more of Partey knows how to win than Abrante Enzo Fernandez. Enzo distributes better than Partey. Partey any go cheche Enzo. Okay. So in all the attributes in midfield, you give it to Partey instead of Enzo. Okay. But this is the problem. At the European platform, it is Partey. In the Premier League, it is Partey. But in the West State, it is Enzo.
You know, okay.
So we Champions League, the Partey o Enzo nyebi. So we Premier League, the Partey ayo Premier League ni Enzo nyebi. But this is a player who showed up at the world stage at the World Cup. That is the difference.
For Argentina?
Yes. That is the difference. Against top class midfielders. That is the difference.
Wow. Do you rating ahead of Partey? Because of the World Cup?
You know, at the stage, it is not easy to show up. The Mbappe in the World Cup. That is the difference.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, fine.
Ube La Liga mo. Meko ho nyina. Meko ba bia. Me de Sheffield Man City the any game bia. Man City for one be your ho adwuma de goals the bia ka ho. And you expect Erling Haaland to score more. Now, the big game. And it's a game any kwan so bia me say at the St James Park. Liverpool versus Newcastle United. You know, last season at the St James Park, teams oko hard na back with Liverpool. Nobody thought say Liverpool beat me real hakoye the omo ye no. But Liverpool koko she team e friend Newcastle United. Now, so who she team a friend no Newcastle. Super against Aston Villa. And game one more against Manchester City no. They only missed the cutting edge. And the body inside the box. And no man team and for ball and to them. Man City strongly in the second game. Abra almost share 3 goals to 1. And clearly, players now almost struggling in the first game. Dominic Szoboszlai said upon the best game for Tima, your friend in Liverpool. Salah came up and the other guy stepped up. And they almost cost in James Park Akwa Newcastle United. And this is a Newcastle team. So the few spaces are bebani, the few chances are bebano. You need to make sure you stop them. Now for the Liverpool team, your team are no attack and no say. It's the team of Tima, your friend, Newcastle defense, no? Ben, Boltman, Fabian Schär, and then Abrantia, your friend Karen Trippier. Be busy, especially. Se Bruno Gomes, Joeliton, and Sandro Tonali and Timian contain pressure and Beben Finfinedia. Because, and now so only Liverpool, also making sure so bet title bet from the right side and the left side. Luis Diaz in some form. Oba you know ontimi money game na genua ye name but of finding a way to create something out of nothing. So look at the goal that he scored against Bournemouth. Na fekwa. And then only idea abehun from Luis Diaz. Into ye better the battle between Luis Diaz and Abrantia, your friend Karen Trippier or the right. Now on the left side is going to be Ben as against Abrantia, your friend Mo Salah. You stop Mo Salah, you stop Liverpool. And club aka no obi send a message bro no obi say Salah say na kwago say Liverpool see Mo Salah is not for say so oba no it should be next year only baby e was oba na aba be kire de obetimi aye but afi we there omo hwe the space na dem na ho na omo kwa kofa no e de na aba be che Mo Salah na nti Mo Salah is not for say and the be hwe Mo Salah so from the right side how the Newcastle United team will stop him and he would there say Diego Jota and ability line there, then you need to be very careful. You need to be disciplined because the movement so here it is just like the Cristiano Ronaldo, Erling Haaland typical positional sense. Adding so betime who baby obi fraba. The typical Filippo Inzaghi type of a player. Into Fabian Schär and Boltman needs to be very very careful. Now Hana assembly now. Assembly or hen a yimfimfim. McAllister Dominic Szoboszlai and then Abrantia fed the Cody Gakpo. 3 midfield as against Bruno, Sandro Tonali and Joeliton. Manchester City fully share our match. But that day, Matthew Kovacic showed that quality in him. And the level of progress, ne hurt him, your friend Newcastle United midfield. And the Liverpool midfield struggle against the Chelsea midfield. But we saw them so more up game against Bournemouth. Betting us up game against Newcastle United. Yeah, the Newcastle will be in trouble. But how will Trent Alexander-Arnold, who had been cut off pace in most of the games, act against Abrante FN Harvey Barnes? And then Alexander Isak, Konate is not fully fit. Into Konate and one man late fitness test there that implies Konate, Abrante FN, Joe Gomez or Matip will be back to pair Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk will be so strong and he will make sure he will defend his lines as against Alexander Isak. Man City for ni Alexander Isak frame. Inti say Liverpool for ni be sadia. Then omo betimi abo adwuma na manye betimi akoyi ediama. The next player to stop is Miguel Almiron. Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, especially Andy Robertson, ne form na de papa. Inti say the near see who so fly so high e line see you sa. He will be meeting a tricky winger in Miguel Almiron and they will be better how to deal with him. Now, the advantage for Newcastle team FN Liverpool is Mo Salah presence. You know, in Mo Salah in the Premier League, it is difficult to play team FN in Liverpool. But team FN Newcastle midfield, for me, is one of the best and consistent midfield in the Premier League, and Liverpool will struggle with that midfield. We saw that against Chelsea, and you hope to say beating me at twice. A game of equals. Salah will make the difference, and you tip Alexander Isak to make the difference. You know, I'm going for a draw. At least 1-1 or 2-2 for both sides.
Okay.
Now enough of the Premier League. You know, Real Madrid boy against Adewo kan bia na.
Oh, me kan bia.
Okay.
Ba ura La Liga no Madrid. One did you about him? Instantly. Oh, yes.
Jude Bellingham. Yes. I watched the game yesterday.
Yes. Me hear a game no.
Okay. On Timmy more ball no said the no, but he find a way to score. And I Rona Carlo Ancelotti Diamano. It looks as if so show mo team na. I said, "Oh no, na ball ni rule utimi boni yepa." Clearly, Ancelotti and his squad are struggling with the diamond midfield. Inti Saosha, Camavinga. Clearly, who said Camavinga has played in the three midfield from the former team to Real Madrid, so he's adapting to the new system. Olien Chomene has always played with a double pivot. The baby or Bobo Bia in Monaco, it was Fofana and him. In the French national team, it is Adrien Rabiot and then Olien Chomene. In Madrid, the system has changed. Inter also struggled to cope with the new plan. Jude Bellingham played with 2-3 midfield and on our ball in diamond system. England fought him with the nebo royal all boy. Dortmund fought him with the nebo deep midfield. Sometimes central midfield. Sometimes as number 10 into on struggle. So what shall Brandt Fedi Bavadia on also a ball with that same system? Okay. Fernando Alonso, Uruguay. And Real Madrid were both be into another system now say, but clearly the missing piece, the creative spark, and then after Vinicius Junior prayer, and then I didn't know a real funny struggle, not almost struggle because sometimes we go for so almost every time, especially I go as pass. You know when you need board there still on him but in all, after Rodrigo Nyane penalty, no, when Timmy a mobile and to. And look at that goal. She be a Jude Bellingham jinane force or force way edinity elbow bonim etimi eto atlem. Why are there a huge signing, a huge prospect, changing from a Bundesliga to the Spanish La Liga, and a big club like Real Madrid choosing the Zinedine Zidane jerseys number 5, and you know 3 games in a row. Almeria, Atletico Bilbao, and the game against ASL Tavigo at the Balados. Now I see goals winning in them. Only Cristiano Ronaldo pay and etimi ayepi.
Carlo Ancelotti say also be replacing Karim Benzema, even though any same rules. But Juma no you know, Madrid Bellingham etimi decide when I'm Madrid. And I shall say no.
Well, you know, two different players.
Yeah, 2 different players.
Yes.
But I can't don't offer club.
There be only offer the Benzema offer.
Okay.
You know how Benzema is a complete.
What's how many goals so far?
3.
3 goals.
Yes.
In 3 games.
Not 3.
3 or 4?
4 goals.
4.
He scored goal.
Yeah.
Or 1 in the first game, 2 in the last game, and he scored 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though any same rule.
Yes.
But goals no. Goals are not Benzema the man.
And I agree. Ronaldo or Diamond. I agree. Ronaldo or Diamond he will score goals because was sacrificing Vinicius Junior Ronaldo at Yamawi. And he's always inside the area. And you know, I said Jude Bellingham height pa or height pa or compare it to other players no more La Liga or height pa. And he's always behind the box or inside the box. And you know, when you are always inside the box and behind the box, you only need to the rule na Odima Fedi Vavadi and Fedi Vavadi. It's a ghost no. Saru no has been sacrificed for Branty FN Jude Bellingham. As number 10, that is where you're supposed to provide. As auxiliary, that is what you're supposed to provide. Goals, assists, creativity, and at least in the first game, he was named as the cathedral by Massa, and you know, the last game, he had been the savior for the White Angels. Why are there a new player already, Team Kessben say, no more already established guys within. Now, also the quality, you give it to Jude Bellingham. And England for no, you know, a new one next tournament they should be favored to win it. But big stage, you know, be one of
Okay.
Barcelona against Villarreal at the Villarreal home grounds. Barca first game, Obiane impressed against Cadiz. You know, in the last 10 minutes, Barca showed up, but again they were not impressive. So watch a Villarreal team na near Massisa. You know, at the last game, boy, I was watching their game and I'm saying Villarreal near Massisa. Sikasema ka omoama and the players in the bebre omalusu. Inti se washa omalusu abranti aye friend Pau Torres to team my friend Aston Villa. Juan Fort is still available. Pedreza is still there. Alex Moreno is still there. Omakofa Italian B Matthew Gabbia ononso elho. Hohe Cuenca. Or them Matthew Gabbia na pair almost central defense no. And rotated between Pedreza and Alex Moreno or left. And as 1-4 today, we're maintaining the right back now. And if you look at our team now, say, oh, Bob Pedreza, they are all da. Alex Moreno are all da. And if you are looking at 1-4, or also all da. But Cheney Saba within the central defensive pair for team your friend Villarreal. Now in the Midfield, it used to be Coquelin. It used to be Etienne Capoon, but now the ever-present Danny Perejo, Onunkwana Akadon, and Omobo Kanomasa, and Omobo Abranti Efeno, Alex Teres, or no any Abranti Omobo Midfield, and in attack, they have Gerard Moreno, Alexander Soloff, and in a 4-3-3, and almost set up against FC Barcelona. Barcelona will only miss Pedri, and Bardi is not likely to feature because of fitness issue, but the team is intact. Frankie Dion, Olio Remier, Iko Gondogan, and then Yabil picking up from the right side. This is a game. The Ansu Fati Abak was a game. Simon and Seba better and you know. We a game that I'm expecting. Coach IFN Javi so Oberman a chance. Javi will not be at the bench because on a Rafinha S7 almost a red card no. But you know what do you expect? I'm expecting Barcelona to go all out. Villarreal one team almost is a rare Betis. No matter the kind of performance, almost the Bemano. Eya na edin se obehu se tima your friend Villarreal timi abo normal team my friend FC Barcelona. The Yellow Submariners are in there, but you know Barcelona with their uninspiring performance no, I hope so mo beat me akwa UBP in the game against Villarreal or Villarreal at home. And I'm tipping Barcelona say you know at least on beat me a slim win in that particular game.
Oh, okay. Manchia a coach your champion so team live. Coach so team live and enjoy program no. Your champion.
I'm happy for him.
Oh yes.
Yes, me one of the person I'm a campaigning man say Adriana Stars Mfano. Because I felt say at Wonders he was okay. Olympics unyane ups and downs, at good, one few touches, he's a good coach.
Sure.
Inti what ne feature no. Now me expect is at least this is the best platform for him.
Yeah.
And he's one of the coaches at least me what that respect and the man say obey me ahead. My coach, we wish you well and we are hoping say Adriana Star the only potential winning side.
Oh yes.
Until last season just week 31 and Omulusu league title no. From week 7 to week 31 and Omulusu league title no. The players are in there minim say not chibeduko but obesan fa biashim until at least minim say I don't from ponko missing those two experienced players and especially I not chibedu beha. But you have about 90% of the team intact. Yeah. So we are expecting you Safi with there. Stamp authority within the team and make sure you perform. We wish you well.
Yeah, one coach I'm respecting of Penasem.
Penasem means but I just like
David.
Okay, but I like him.
Okay.
I like him.
from his playing days in Bepimine.
You know,
Oh, yes,
I like him.
Joe, you're looking good this morning. I'm enjoying your show. Keep it up. Your champion in a day, Bray Chaupa. Now, wish you well. Adriana Stars and so. Okay. We'll pick it back when I'm in Biaka, Nana, Fema, Mohammed, when the time, no, as it's so for stories, no. I see a Befi, and so now, you better drink a walk a crack, and so will fear. You know, say, my beer lines, no. And I'm saying, maybe a mama for, you know. I see a couple also a crack, you can find the
Mammy ate it in a quick.
Yes.
Inter Milan are so there in the first game against Monza and they beat them by 2 goals to them.
Okay.
Against Cagliari, I'm not expecting anything different. I'm expecting Inter Milan to beat Cagliari. AC Milan will play against Torino. And then when AC Milan about to share, you need to be very careful with the 3 players behind Olivier Giroud. And the honey baby also more Nico. Chukwueze, Christian Pulisic, and Rafael Leao. Team stop Modia and Olivier Giroud. Look at the first goal share and look at the goal Christian Pulisic scored. You know, me te put AC Milan so almost to beat team Achetima, your friend Torino, and per what you did in the first game, I'm tipping them to beat Bologna.